And with growing attention on climate change and global warming, our next guest is here to tell you how you can do your part every single day.
That's right. David Rothschild is the author of the Global Warming Survival Handbook, 77 Essential Skills to Stop Climate Change or Live Through It. He's also the founder of the nonprofit foundation Sculpt the Future. David, good morning. It's good to have you here again. Now, last time you were here just before Live Earth. That's right. How did the event go?
I think it went, it's phenomenal, the impact. I was looking at some stats the other day. Everyone always expects to know, is it going to be an instant result? And I think, from the stats of getting the message out there to a global audience, it was a great success. The day went incredibly well.
Now, David, I know we should try not to use our AC as much, but it's been really hot here in New York. What can we do besides
Open the window, wear light clothing. It's common sense, really. I think that's the most important thing. Often you get inside and it's so cold, I'm putting a jumper on in the middle of, or a sweater on in the middle of summer. I think we need to turn down the AC and appreciate the warmth.
One of the great things about all your books are these little tips in here, but also with a little bit of comedy. Let's get to some of the full-screen tips we have here. The first is in greening your ride, the 10-second idle rule. What's that?
Yeah, well, you get out, just don't leave your car running. It's that thing of you go out, you leave it in the morning. It's not so bad now during the summer when it's warmer, but during the winter months when you want to get in your car nice and warm, just wear a pair of gloves before you jump in rather than keeping your car turned on and running.
Okay, and a lot of people are traveling, they're flying. How can you conserve energy and be good to the environment by flying?
Fly right. It's one of those unfortunately necessary evils we all have to do. If you can, try and make sure you do direct flights where possible. A lot of that stopping and starting in different hubs is one of those problems.
And I understand this. Why does flying during the day versus at night, how does that make a difference?
It's the vapor trails that are being created. I don't know if you ever look up in the sky and you see these huge trails of water vapor, so there's more impact if you're flying at night. So try and fly during the day.
I see. It actually contributes to global warming.
Yeah. Well,
to the greenhouse
The thing is, imagine, we're pumping out, we have a limited atmosphere. You look up and you think, it goes on forever and ever and ever. But if you think there's certain mountains, Everest, for example, you need oxygen. So you think how thin that is. There's pieces of land that when you get to the top of, you need oxygen to breathe. So these things are right up there in the very top of our atmosphere, pumping out a lot of these greenhouse gases, water vapor, carbon monoxide, CO2, and that's causing a lot of damage directed at that zone.
Right. Well, we tend to think of global warming on a global scale, but there's things you can do at home. One of the things you told us last time, and it's a great reminder, is about killing the phantom power on your appliances.
People would say, is that the guy hiding under your bed? No, it's pulling out all those appliances, especially in the spare room or room that you don't often go into, turning off the TV at the wall rather than just leaving it on standby.
If there is a guy under your bed, kill him environmentally friendly.
Use the cord that you've now unplugged.
Exactly.
And a great thing about your book is that at the end you have a great sense of humor throughout the book, but also at the very end, take a look at some of the titles you mention here.
I love this.
Buy a camel.
Who doesn't want a camel? This is a serious issue. We know there's a problem. But it doesn't mean you can't have fun. It doesn't mean that it's something that... they don't all have to be hard things.
Do you know how much it costs to garage a camel in Manhattan? It's like $375
I heard that, actually. You guys...
Plus the feed.
Yeah. The feed is a hard one, right? It's not that environmentally friendly amount of food they're going to eat.
I also like your idea of evolving. You should just evolve.
Evolve. Just get on with it. Pale skin, photosynthesizing scales and the type of feet. I love the way you point over.
Are you talking about me evolving? Getting big ears?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The big ears, exactly. So evolve. I think the most important thing is to participate. Actually take on and do something. It's very easy to sit on the sidelines and go, well, it's not for me to do. I think we can all do something.
And what I really like also is that you mentioned sort of this approach, sort of like dieting. Okay, one day you skip or eat a cookie or the whole bag. One day you use too much energy. The next day you can start from scratch.
Yeah, I think this is the thing. It's a really good analogy. It's almost like we've figured out we've got a health crisis. Our planet's got a health crisis. So we've gone out, we've bought a nice new shiny tracksuit, we've got the new trainers, but we're still sitting on the sofa. We now to get up, get outside, get active and do something. And I think that's where we're at right now. So take it every little step at a time and we can all do something.
Well, they just called from downstairs and your car serviced the SUV.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, David. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you again.
All kidding aside, David Rothschild is the author of the Live Earth Global Warming Survival Handbook. For more tips on how to prevent climate change with little steps in your everyday life, head to our website, WCBSTV.com. Just click on links.